it's Mikey. Welcome to the farm. So glad to have you here. Today we have a beautiful sunshiny day today. So far, keep your fingers crossed. And we're going to see if we can get finished up around here. I got hubby here with me today. And we got to get some of these other critters around here fed today. So come along with me and I'll introduce you to some more of them. And we are just going to work and see what we can get accomplished today. Hopefully the weather will cooperate better today than it did yesterday. We got a lot to do around here to get ready for the fall and our winter season coming up.
Today we're going to finish this yard cleanup, and that big pile of brush right there in the background, I'm going to try to set it on fire. We had all that rain yesterday and it needs to be burned up, because that's where I've been cleaning out below the field garden, way up above the muscadine vines. So I'm going to try to burn that up, because I can't get in there and do not want to tear my equipment up trying to get it maneuver around in there, because there's so many limbs you can see and stuff, and logs and everything else. So I got that piled up, so I really need to get that burned up, so then I can get back in there and pile more up. But that's just in the way right now, so I'm going to try to set that on fire. We had a big rain yesterday and got lots of rain, so everything's wet. I do have the water hose over here. My wife suggested that because I have a tendency to set things on fire, and then when things get out of hand or anything like that, I ain't got the water hose, and she's like, why didn't you get the water hose? So this time I took her suggestion and actually had the water hose sitting over here on the ground already on, and plenty of extra hose to go anywhere I might need it. So let me go ahead and get that pile. And you can see there's another pile right here, but I don't want to burn that one because it's in the woods. So once I burn that one, I can actually drag that stuff out and put it over there and burn it too. Or right while it's burning, pull some of it and throw it in there and go ahead and get rid of it. All right, as y'all remember, I built her a cattle trough. Well, she requested another one, and so I got a half left. So might as well build two of them. That way everybody will have a little something. So I'm up here. I just traced it out. I'm cutting another moon out to go on the end, and I'll cut two of them to go on one on the other end, and then I'll put legs on it just like I did the other one and go ahead and get that knocked out, and I'll show y'all once I get finished with it. All right, as y'all can see, I got the little circles cut out. I got two of them, and what I done was screwed them here on the sides, and then I put a screw like here, here, and here, and do the same thing on the other end. So that'll make a pretty good end on the food trough. So let me go ahead and get this going. I'm just doing this for anybody that might have missed the last one, so you know how to build one. All right, got both of them in. So that's good and sealed up. All right, as y'all can see, I got one set of legs built here, and I got one set of legs on it. So sorry about the shadow. So I'm gonna get the other set of legs up here on the end and put that in I got the tractor running. I'm sure you can hear it in the background. I'm about to get this day started, and we're gonna tear some stuff up in the garden and pile it up and burn it and get all the wood and just go around and pick up all the debris from all the storms and everything. So let me get that leg on there and get this in the back of a bucket and carry it over there for her. So that's one project out of the way. And of course got the fire going over there. All right, that's completed. I'm not certain where y'all can get this water pipe at. I was lucky enough, we got it from a friend of ours after our construction job. You could probably go check at any major pipe company. You're not gonna buy something like this at Lowe's or something like that. I'm not certain if it's water pipe or sewer pipe. It looks green, it's green, so I'm guessing sewer pipe. I'm sure you could go to any large company that sells culverts and stuff like that for road maintenance and road construction, and I'm sure you could probably talk them into saving you a piece from a construction job. Just call around, be nice to people and respectful, and ask them if they happen to get a piece of scrap or something like that, if they would mind contacting you and you could come pick it up. This, y'all, it ain't going nowhere. You see, I'm standing in this thing. I'm standing in this thing, and it is not, I'm jumping up and down. It's not going to go anywhere. It's not, it's nothing like the plastic stuff you buy. This thing will probably be here after I'm dead and gone, and somebody will be able to use it 30 years from now. So that's what you want. You want something that's going to hold up and hold up good. And I still got to drill a couple of holes just right around in the bottom of it, just so water drains out when it rains, so she don't have to go out there and flip it over or something and dump water out. But I got, like I said, I got the tractor running. I'm gonna drill those couple holes in it, put it in the bucket, take it over there and start picking up limbs and stuff, and start trying to get this area below the garden. I'll see all them limbs and trees I've cut down, and I still got a lot of pine trees to cut down. But I want to get it all and just get it burned up and get this cleaned up. We really need this cleaned up, because I think on this area right here, y'all probably can't see it on the camera, but this is all clay. I mean, just hard as can be red clay. So I think right here in this corner right here, I'm going to go over there with the excavator after I get it all cleaned up, and I'm going to try to dig out and make a little pond, even if it's just a retaining pond, because you know right below it there we have our fruit orchard. All the pears and plums and blueberries and blackberries and apple trees and peach trees and all that. So I want to try to make, in that area right there, in that corner, try to dig out something like a 20-foot or 30-foot something round pond and see if it will hold water. There's natural springs and stuff all around here, and we really have good luck when you have that clay when you dig out an area, it will hold water. Even in the hottest days of summer, it'll still have some water in it. So I want to try to dig that out and make a little pond so we can use it for irrigation for our permaculture garden right here. So I'm going to try. It might not work. If it doesn't, it doesn't. I'll just fill it back in and use it for something else. Maybe push some of the topsoil from up there in the garden down into it and make it in the garden area.
So we're all loaded up and got some feed ready. Gonna come out here.
Got Shepherd tagging along with us here.
Yep, he's ready to help us go feed. Gonna get these critters around here fed. The cows they've already been out and eaten today. Templeton, he's over here squealing. And I'm gonna turn you around here and show you what we got waiting for us. Now look at this, y'all. And Loretta, caught on film, jumping the fence. Girl, she is so impatient. Come on. So, this little guy squealing right here, that is Templeton. I was telling y'all about yesterday, and that's why you see him over here in the pasture with our cows and our two Nubian goats. And this right here is exactly the reason for our homemade feed troughs that hubby constructed for us, because Loretta and Nelson, there's Nelson, they like to jump up in the feed troughs. And Loretta cracked the other one that we had. So these are some heavy duty feed troughs that hubby used some repurposed material, and they are working out very well. The critters are not bumping around and fighting over each other, and it's nice because now we have two. Give them that much more room. Yes, we hear you. We hear you, Templeton. Everybody hears you. So the red cow right here, that is Ruby. The white one is Nancy. The black and white one is Nancy's heifer calf. That is Lacey. And our bull calf right here, that is Brownie. And then these are some more of our chickens. We have actually four chicken coops. The one I showed y'all yesterday at the picnic shelter that hubby constructed. This little pen right here holds our smaller chickens that have been hatched not too long ago. This pen right here, we have a couple more chickens in it and our 2 turkeys. We have a tom and a hen turkey. And up by the barn, on the side of the barn right here, is our other chicken coop that holds old Clyde here and all of his ladies. And like I was telling y'all yesterday, we purchased him and Charlotte together. He is supposed to be a cooney. However, you can see by his size that he's more potbelly than cooney.
Yeah.
So that's why he is over here for right now in this pasture, because we do not want him breeding with Oreo or Pearl. So we've got him separated over here for right now. This guy right here is our newer addition as well to the farm. That's our tom turkey, and that is our female. But look at this guy. He is absolutely handsome. So these are our 2 bronze turkeys. Hubby did a really good job constructing these, and they are holding up wonderfully to all these critters, especially old Nelson and Miss Loretta back there. You can see she's got a pipe on her horn on one side. She has knocked the other one off, but there is a reason for those pipes. Loretta, not only does she like jumping the fence, and you see that is prime example of why hubby constructed these feed troughs for me, because those goats love to jump on anything that they can. But Loretta here, not only does she like to jump fences, she gets into everything. She also likes to stick her head through the fence because she seems to think that she can find something better on the other side. So hubby, in his ingenuity, wrapped her horns with a little bit of PVC pipe. It is very lightweight, and she doesn't even realize that they're on her horns, but it keeps her from getting her head stuck in the fence and getting injured. The cows that we have here on the farm, they are zebu cattle, and we obtain them because we are in hot, humid South Carolina, and zebu cattle are very resistant to heat. They're disease resistant, and they make a good herd here on our farm. As you can see, they're also very docile to humans, and that was another reason why we decided to go with this breed of cow here, because for somebody like me that has never raised livestock before, this was a good breed to start off with. They're very friendly, they're calm, and not so intimidating for this city girl to raise them. So Lacey here was born on our farm, and she'll be a year old this coming February. And she is just making such a good addition here. Okay, all the animals are fed and taken care of. Now time for the really hard work. So like I told y'all yesterday, hubby and I are going to be up here in the garden, probably making our last harvest for the season and deciding what to keep in here and what to pull out. Yeah. So we can start getting a section ready for our fall plants. So I'm going to go around and get what I can get, and I'm going to let hubby come behind me, and we're going to decipher what to save and what to go ahead and pull up so we can start getting these pigs moved around more in here and getting all this mess cleaned up for us. So, yeah, because see, like, we had all that rain yesterday, and you can see that tomato is splitting from all the water it got yesterday.
Yeah.
So
One day.
We'll give that to the pigs. I'm gonna go ahead and just snip off what I can.
Well, I'll tell you what I can do. I can make you some fried green tomatoes tonight.
Yeah, that sounds really good.
We'll just go ahead and pick them. And like I say, y'all can see over here on these bell peppers. I don't know, I hope y'all can see them. There's like 4 red ones right there and 1 green one. And then that bush is loaded from top to all the way about halfway down. And this one over here, there's a lot of bell peppers and stuff. So we're definitely going to leave those in the jalapenos. I mean, this bush right here is loaded. There's at least 30 on that bush, at least.
So on these tomato plants, I don't really see any more blooms coming on. I mean, there's a little bit right there. I don't know, but these are, I believe these are the Bonnie's Best.
Yeah, I believe those
tomatoes.
are.
So
it's just Mother Nature's trickery. It's just this time of year where it's cold in the morning and kills everything back, and then the days are warm and it tries to sprout back out and it don't know what to do.
Yeah, so y'all can see right now what it's doing. We've got some pretty good sized green tomatoes all the way down to some smaller ones. So we're just gonna go ahead and snip them off. And some of these tomatoes I can actually put in our windowsill and let them sit there until they ripen on their own. You know, they don't have to be nice and bright red when you clip them off the vine.
No.
You can go ahead and clip them and get them in, put them in a windowsill, and they'll ripen up nicely.
Yeah, it gives you some tomatoes a little further on into the season, because it'll take them about a week.
There's another pig. I think these can be
pigs. The pigs are going to be in hog heaven today.
Yes, they are.
And as y'all can see, I was going to go ahead and pull these butter beans and stuff up.
That's
and
nice
she said, save them for the seeds, because there's actually some dry butter beans on there, and I was chunking them in a pile to go ahead and burn them. And so what was she saying? You got it, Boyd?
Yeah, look at that one. That's a pretty nice looking tomato.
Yeah, it is. That'd be a good bacon, lettuce, and tomato sandwich.
Mm-hmm.
There's actually quite a few behind you.
Yeah. And some of these, we can either take these red ones and go ahead and seed save those, or wait till some of these green ones ripen up and save the seeds out of those for next year. It's always good whenever you can make your garden regenerate for you. So what we grew this year, we can use also the seeds for next year. That saves money from having to go buy a whole bunch of new seeds.
Yeah.
So these tomatoes right here, y'all, are Amelia tomatoes, and they are turning out really nicely.
Yeah.
It's a nice tomato.
I'm almost tempted just to lead this one row. Just to lead this one row of tomatoes right here. There's what, like 3 or 4 plants here?
Yeah, there's a bunch coming up off of these Amelias right here.
Yeah, so they might be a little more cold hardy. So we just lead those and just pull all these up, because these have about had it.
Yeah. Some of these vines have about shot.
Yeah. All right, so what we're going to do over here, y'all, I'm going to come out here and just pull everything up and pile everything in the middle of the garden right here. I don't know if you can really see it. The sun's terrible right here. And just pile stuff up and burn it and let the ashes be in the garden and everything, which will be good for the garden. We're definitely going to try a new way next year, because this wire, I was not impressed with it. The tomato plants got so heavy that they were bowing down and not really supporting the tomato plants, and I had to come back numerous times and try to put wires in them and more pipes, and the pipes just weren't strong enough to hold the tomatoes. So next year I'll probably use some like T-posts or something like that, something stronger, or just use plain cattle panel.
Yeah, we decided to use the cattle panel over on this side with some of these tomato plants, and you can see you can kind of weave them in and out if you catch them. You just have to be careful not to break the vine when you're doing it. So
But what happened here, we just did it a little too late in the season. The season was almost over when we came up here and planted these, just trying to see what we could do. Wire's a little bit sharp, y'all. Another reason I don't like the wire.
Yeah. A garden injury.
Yeah.
I found my last baby okra. And if y'all have never tried just eating fresh okra out of your garden, it's good this way. It's good raw. And I've never tried this before until this year. That's what happens when you grow up in the city. You don't know what you're missing. So we're getting it done. Getting us a little burn pile going here. And that is the last of our okra. Until next year, hubby.
Yeah, until next year, I'll plant you some more.
Yes. Hubby doesn't like okra.
No. Yeah.
But that's what hubbies do. They plant okra for their wives that absolutely love it.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do. It actually done really good this year. We planted 2 batches of it. And I don't know if y'all saw that I planted them about, what, a month apart or something like that. And we was able to have okra all the way from the beginning of the season all the way to the end of the season.
Yeah.
It was really nice.
So as y'all can see, these okra plants, a couple of them, still have some sprouts coming off of them. But it's just not enough to salvage. So we're going to go ahead and get these on up. I'm going to miss my okra plants out here over the winter. But luckily we were able to get some up and got some pickled okra out of it and some battered up for frying over the winter. So we got plenty of okra to last until next season. These pigs are loving us coming up here and cleaning this garden out. Look at old Rusty wagging his tail. Pearl is too. She's a pig dog. Cows are going to enjoy this. If you can't say you're living your best life, nothing like coming out, taking a break from the heat of the day in the shade, getting you a piece of watermelon out of your own garden.
And eating it, especially today, it's really humid, it's really good.
Nice and refreshing. That's some good watermelon too.
Yeah, it is.
So those are crimson sweet watermelon, y'all. They turned out really good. The first time this old city girl here has ever grown a watermelon. And old hubby, I think, was a little surprised because he said his grandfather tried to grow watermelon down here for years and could never get one to grow.
They're good.
But I did.
All right, y'all. Had to show you. Finally got that fire going. Man, that wood was wet. It did not want to burn, but it is finally burning pretty good now.
world's smallest watermelon. Okay, y'all, so we've pretty much got everything out in this garden up here. I'm leaving a couple of these bean plants right here. Let them go ahead and finish out. They got quite a few beans still on them and some blooms, so we might get some more lima beans off of those before the cold hits. So that's kind of exciting. I want to show y'all this big old basket right here. So even though the summer planting harvest is nearing the end of its season, we have a basket full of tomatoes and black-eyed peas, lima beans. We've got some okra that we're going to try to save the seeds from. And oh goodness, that's a heavy basket. I'm actually surprised that we were able to get that much still before we got all this pulled out in these two garden areas. So y'all, we got quite a bit accomplished today, and we always get so much more done when we're both here together. Even got a little bit of grass mowed today. Still got quite a bit to go, but hubby was able to get cleaned up some over in the area where we're trying to expand our garden area. And a little bit of mowed and a little bit of garden and just getting it cleaned up.
Big bonfire.
Yes. So we're tired. We're hot and sweaty and nasty and dirty, y'all. So we're gonna call it a day and go get us some good supper, take a nice shower, and get clean. Ugh.
Yeah.
My hands don't look as dirty now as they did. But I got something to show y'all. Hold on for a second. You can always tell a farmer by their tan. Tell me if that ain't no good looking farmer's tan, y'all. This city girl done turned farm girl. Got me a farmer's tan. I hope y'all are safe out there. Y'all have a good night. God bless. Y'all come back and see us.